Spring and summer just around the corner, and thankfully in this sponsored segment, we are at Elite Body Sculpture in Salt Lake City. To help us out a little bit, Dr. Nathan Miller here to tell us about AirSculpt. What exactly is this procedure?
You know, it's a good question. It's really what our whole business is based around. AirSculpt is essentially the removal of fat in such a fashion that's much less traumatic than typical liposuction. Typical liposuction usually involves going in and almost using like a cheese grater type form to scrape out fat from an involved area. Here at Elite, essentially what we do is use kind of a long tiny straw with two tiny little holes on the end that enables us to go in there and kind of almost selectively grab little fat droplets out of there, almost like you're picking berries off of a bush. It's much less traumatic, which means there's much less inflammation, which means there's much less swelling, which means a faster recovery. We're really fortunate to be able to have access to this technology here in Salt Lake City. I think the next closest place is in Los Angeles or Las Vegas.
So here at Elite, it's exclusively providing AirSculpt, and you have seen, Dr. Miller, all types of lipo procedures around in the last couple of decades. What do you think about this procedure?
Thank you for making me feel old. I've been doing this now for 23 years as a surgeon, and I certainly have seen all different types and flavors of liposuction. This, again, the big benefit to this is it's less traumatic. People are able to recover much faster. I feel like being so selective in the fat removal, it gives people even better results, allows for a little bit more of an aesthetic outcome, maybe a little bit more natural. And certainly the way that we work here, we don't use any needles, we don't use any stitches, things like that, which just even facilitates the patient's experience even much more.
Well, you look 28, so.
Well, you're kind to say that. I'll pay you later.
All right. Well, how is the downtime? How long is it?
Well, it's different for everyone. I know that's kind of the classic answer. Everybody has different experiences with this. A lot of it depends on how much fat is being removed, from what areas we're removing the fat from. But generally speaking, we typically quote our patients about 24 to 48 hours as far as recovery goes. Sometimes it can be shorter, sometimes it can be more. We typically try to keep it around 1 to 2 days though.
And is it correct that I'm hearing people can walk out the same day?
100%, yeah. I mean, it almost sounds too good to be true, right? But every single day when we're done operating and people are walking out of the recovery area, they're literally walking to their cars in the parking lot. Now, we want someone to drive, but it's really quite a change from what I've experienced previously using the old types of liposuction where it was just much more traumatic.
And some of the concern might be with liposuction, maybe some loosening of the skin. Does it help tighten? That's another really good question. That's one of the huge advantages with AirSculpt. We get about a 10 to 20% more skin contraction or retraction from after removing the fat. You think about it like this, Saray. If you had a 10-pound sack of potatoes and you took 8 or 9 pounds of potatoes out of there, you're gonna have a lot of extra sack left over. Now, fortunately for us, the way God's created us, immediately that skin wants to start to shrink back down on its own, but how much it shrinks down depends directly on how much skin elasticity you had to begin with. And you know, heaven knows we're only born with a certain amount of that elasticity, and as we get older and have babies and yo-yo diet and thyroid problems and blah, 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 life gets in the way, that elasticity starts to lose its strength, kind of starts to lose its zip and its zing, so we can't give somebody new skin elasticity. The best that we can do is to stimulate that, and that's really what that AirSculpt does. It's kind of a step above in most other types of techniques. Here's what's also surprising. You don't have to have general anesthesia, is that right? No, ma'am. Yeah, that's a huge advantage. You know, general anesthesia, people don't realize that people die from that literally every single day. So it's more of a safety type net that we use here. In addition to that, you're not experiencing that 2 weeks of feeling like you've just been hit by a truck after a general anesthesia from a procedure. So both those are, again, additional examples that allow you to really kind of get back to your activities of daily living a lot faster. I love it. Low downtime, no general anesthesia. Dr. Miller, where can we find more information in this beautiful area? I'm glad you like it. We have such an amazing facility here, especially nestled up here against the mountains. If you'd like to find out more, you can go to airsculpt.com, or you can certainly call us 801-999-1180. I would be more than happy to talk with you. We also have a patient care consultant that would also be able to answer any of your questions. Excellent. Dr. Miller from Elite Body Sculpture right here in Salt Lake City in this sponsored segment. Thanks again, Doctor. Thank you, Saray.